Welcome resellers to our reseller training. This is a crash course in how to sell WebPoint services and all the basics that you need to know to get you started on making a lot of income. So first of all, this training is going to cover our products and pricing, how to make a sale, the commission that you could earn, competitors overview, dealing with objections from your prospects, and our add-on services like VAS, point of sale, and business funding. If you are unsure of anything or would like to have a chat with our team, you can book a meeting or view additional training material at the end of these slides. Let's jump straight in. Our PrintPOS device is a card machine with printing capabilities. Some basic info that you need to know about it. It's an Android device and we can load multiple apps onto it, like our point of sale and our VAS add-on apps. We also have a POS Lite that is free of charge. Merchants can use this machine on SIM cards, MTN or Vodacom, and also transact on Wi-Fi. It accepts Visa and MasterCard by default, but merchants can also apply for Amex and Diners or fleet acceptance by special application. The device can process cashback, so it can be used similar to an ATM, and it is a multifaceted business tool for them. What makes our offering a lot better than other competitors is the fact that we allow them to rent or purchase the device. If they are renting, they get it free if the turnover is more than 45,000 Rand per month. This is not just a card machine if you compare it apples to apples with other card machines, because it is a complete business tool that allows you to do more than just card payments. We can also log into these devices remotely and fix most major issues. So there's a lot less downtime for our merchants and a lot less swap outs. Then we have our mini POS device. This is a card machine that can move around easily and fits in your pocket. It's also the same capabilities, so it's an Android device. It can generate electronic receipts. If merchants want to print, then they can connect it with a Bluetooth external printer. It also transacts on SIM and Wi-Fi, accepts Visa and Master by default, and Amex and Diners and Fleet by special application. The device can also process cashbacks like an ATM, and it can also do point of sale light and comprehensive. Unfortunately, we haven't enabled the VAS service on these devices because VAS requires printing capabilities for a printing of a voucher, like an airtime voucher or data voucher. What makes ours better than others out there is the fact that they can rent it or purchase it outright depending on their needs. The rentals are free if the turnover is more than 25,000 Rand per month. This is also not just a card machine because they can use it as a multi tool for their business, and we can also log in remotely to fix issues. The pricing on these devices, again, is waived. The rental is waived depending on the turnover. POS Lite is included free of charge. Comprehensive is quoted per merchant and what their needs are. And then our rentals and all prices exclude VAT. So the rental on the print POS is $299 per month if you don't make the turnovers, and the mini POS is $229 per month. If they prefer to purchase it outright, they can buy it for $3,899 once off on the print POS and $2,599 once off on the mini POS. Insurance is 50 Rand a month if you're renting it on the print POS. It is a mandatory insurance, so if they want to waive that fee, they need to provide us with a policy document stating that they have insured it with their business premises. They can also opt for the extra VAS add-on service at 50 Rand a month. The mini POS, you can also insure it for 50 Rand a month. It is an optional extra, but it is not a prerequisite for these devices because they are slightly cheaper. And obviously, it doesn't come with VAS. Your transaction fees work on a sliding scale. Merchants can send us a written quote from any other service provider or their merchant statement in order for us to match or beat their rates. Alternatively, the sliding scale unfortunately doesn't change automatically, so they need to contact us when they hit the markers in order for us to change their rates. How to make a sale. So there are basically two ways that you can make your own sales. The first one is to send us the merchant's contract completed and help them to do that. You can go to wapwing.co.za/contract and just follow the form fields and complete the details with your client. We'll need their copy of ID or passport, a proof of address, and a bank statement as a minimum requirement. If they are a registered business, we'll also need their company registration document and any other special licenses like a liquor license. If you don't have these documents on hand when making a sale, you can complete the contract and send it through to us later on, or have the client send it to us via email or WhatsApp. In order to pass a lead to the sales team, if you feel that you are not able to discuss all the options with your client, our sales team can do that for you. Then you just basically gather their details and send it through on wappoint.co.za/lead. Just fill in all the details and then our sales team will give them a call. Please make sure that your leads know that we are going to be phoning from an 021 number, as leads often fall flat when we cannot reach them. Always make sure that we get a contact number and an email address for each of your prospects. Our ideal target market it fits into four different categories. Retailers, which is basically anyone selling an item from a retail store. These clients love our point of sale options and VAS add-ons. We generally try to avoid the larger franchises, however, because they generally get preferential rates from the bank, and then we struggle to match or beat those. The restaurant and food and liquor vendors, these guys also love our point of sale systems, and they love the fact that their waiters can actually place an order at the table and take payment at the table with one device. The service industry guys love us because of the various tools that we provide them with. For example, our funeral parlors have access to a funeral policy collection app that we have as well. And then we've got pet grooming, beauticians, contractors, internet cafes, accommodation providers, and we have something unique for each of them. Our point of sale system can also do invoicing and job cards, which is key for these guys. The exhibitors love us because they are able to rent a device on a short-term basis or seasonally whenever they need it. And we also provide them with excellent support during their events, because it's crucial that if you're exhibiting somewhere, you only have a certain number of hours in order to make the revenue back. And we consider that a key aspect of our service to make sure that exhibitors don't lose any downtime in trading. So, your commission. We've got a more comprehensive way of explaining it, but this is kind of in a nutshell. You would receive 200 Rand per sale once off and an ongoing turnover based commission that grows as your client base grows. The client's turnover has a very big impact on your commissions. So, a good strategy is to go for higher quality, higher turnover merchants and merchants who bring in at a higher price, basically, because it's done according to profit share. So if you were to sign up 20 sales per month, after 12 months, if you had signed up clients at 25,000 Rand turnover per client, you would be sitting at an average monthly commission of about 26,000 Rand per month. If you had signed up the same amount of clients, but each client was doing 250,000 Rand turnover, you would be sitting at a monthly commission of about 174,000 Rand. That's an amazing difference. So, if you want to discuss the commission structure with us in more detail, there is a spreadsheet that you can open up and play with some figures, and we'll send that on to you gladly. Quick competitors overview. So generally our competitors fall into two categories. We've got the banks, and then we've got the independent payment facilitators, or PayFacs as we call them. Most banks offer rental only, not purchase outright, although there are some exceptions. They generally process payments quickly as merchants also bank with them. So if I'm banking with a bank and I use their terminal, I get the funds the next morning in my bank account. They usually don't offer any add on services like VAS or POS. So it would literally just be a card machine and not a business tool like ours is. They tend to have good transaction rates, but we can often beat their offering. Customers often get frustrated by their service or their call center staff or the time it takes to get something actioned. We don't generally poach NetBank or ABSA clients because we have acquiring relationships with them. Independent payfacs, many of them only offer outright purchase deals, no rental packages, and the warranty is limited to 1 year or 6 months, even in some cases. Many use cheaper SIM options, so the connectivity can be an issue. Transaction fees tend to be a lot higher than ours, especially if we look at their sliding scales. They generally don't offer all of the add-ons that we do. So some have some of these add-ons, but not all of them in one supplier. The larger organizations usually also have customers that are getting frustrated by their service, their call center staff, or the time it takes to get something actioned. How to beat the bank's offerings. Renting a device is usually around 450 Rand per month, so by offering them a free device based on turnover or a purchase outright, you could save the merchant about 5,000 Rand per year. You could also offer to beat their rates. You could offer things like POS or VAS or funding. You could tell them about our amazing service, the fact that we can log into devices remotely to fix an issue, and we offer free backup solutions in the form of scan to pay or phone POS. And we offer a dedicated account manager for each client. We also offer online reporting tools that make it easier to do their recons. To speed up payments, they can open up an ABSA account or a NetBank account, and then we could transfer the funds to them via an ISO agreement, even paying money on a Saturday with ABSA. To beat a payback, we can tell them that cheap devices don't generally last very long. Why would you pay for something if you can actually get it for free with us? Offer to beat their rates. You can offer them the extra services. In fact, POS Lite is free. You can tell them about all our amazing service offerings, like I've explained before. And to speed up payments, we can make that happen as well. Dealing with some of their objections. Here are some ways that you can deal with objections from prospects. The first one being competition is the other competitor is cheaper. Try to offer to beat their transaction fees or show them a comparison of how we could save them money. Find ways to save them money long term, like offering an outright purchase option, or explain to them that our devices can be ongoingly repaired versus the other devices where you need to buy outright again. We can also save them money on rentals because they are getting it free on turnover. Explain the quality difference between our service and another service because a bad service can cause them to lose many sales. For example, if they need to wait for 5 days for a swap out, or if they are struggling with connectivity issues on cell C and things like that. As an example, explain how we offer other services that actually grow their business. Things like a point of sale system that can actually help them keep track of their stock and possibly, save them money in what they might have lost in the past by not keeping track of it. A VAS solution can actually give them extra commission. The cashbacks option could bring new feet into their store. Customers who would otherwise have gone to an ATM are now coming into their shop and possibly buying other items there as well. They could go for a business funding solution with us, whereas if they didn't have that, they might not be able to afford to buy stock in bulk or in other ways grow their business. So literally what we're trying to present here is that we are the Ferrari service and some other competitor might be the Tata kind of service. So you get what you pay for. If you're going to go for a cheap service, you're going to get not all the bells and whistles necessarily. We also offer unique value in the sense that we give every client a unique, a dedicated account manager, so they don't have to deal with our call center and deal with a different random person each time. They can actually contact one set person that solves all of their queries. Of course, we do have the call center that handles most things, but they have a direct point of contact that they can reach out to. We also offer free backup solutions, so they never have to worry about losing a cell. If one terminal is not working, they can switch to the free backup solution while they wait for us to fix it or while they wait for a swap out. Also, because we do remote technical assistance by logging into the machines, our swap outs have been drastically reduced. And that is not really a concern for a lot of our merchants then. If they have just signed up with someone else and we are a little bit late in getting their business, then we could ask them if there's a return period or a cooling off period, in order to cancel what they've just signed up for. We can also ask them, what does the long term cost for them look like? Are they going to be paying more expensive long term with that supplier than what we could offer them? Will they be able to grow their business in the same ways that I've presented in the previous section? And how do they handle technical problems? How long does a swap out take? Things like that that they can ask that supplier to compare with what we can offer them. Do they offer a dedicated account manager, or are they going to deal with a call center each time? What are their rates? Can we improve on this to make it worth their while to switch, even if they have just bought another device? Some people might say that they don't know if they can trust us because they obviously with their bank, banks are trustworthy. They've been in business for a very long time. So what you could say is, we have been around for more than 20 years. In fact, this is our 24th year. We are registered with PASA, the Payment Association of South Africa, and I'm happy to send you a copy of our certificate. All of our solutions are bank certified and PCI compliant. That means that no card data is being stored anywhere, and our solutions are safe for cardholders and merchants alike. By using words like that, customers often think, wow, you know what you're talking about. We also undergo yearly audits, and we must provide our banking partners regular reports to ensure that we are up to code. So all of these things basically can give them an indication of that they can trust us with their funds and with their money. Lack of time. I don't have time to fill in your documents now, or I don't have time to look at the information now. You can say to them, well, how can I make this process a lot easier for you? Can you, for example, just take some photos of your documents and WhatsApp them to us? Then I could fill in the contract on your behalf to save you some time. Or perhaps I can run through some of those items so that you don't have to read through the paperwork or through the options, and I can answer your questions just to save you some time there. Or can we schedule a time in your calendar for when it would be convenient for me to give you a call or follow up with you again? If they say, just send me the info, they're basically saying, I want to get you off the call, or I want to get you out of my store. Then you can say, just before I do that, do you have any specific questions that I can answer now? Or if I may ask, once I send the info, I presume you're going to be comparing us to a few other service providers who are also going to send you information. Perhaps I can save you some time by just telling you exactly what's out there, and that you won't get a better deal than ours. So, oftentimes clients will just try and get rid of you because they want to look at the details and they're too busy. People are too busy. So, how can you save them time so that you don't just get pushed, aside with all the other providers that are going to be bombarding them with information? Or they could say, I don't need it right now. Ask them if their business is only accepting cash or EFT. Are they concerned about the costs of transaction fees? Can they maybe increase their pricing to allow for the fees to be covered by their customers? You can ask them what they might need when they might need it in future, and arrange a follow-up date. You can ask them to tell you what they're going to do if it causes lost sales for them. For example, if clients are going to be sent to the ATM, on the way there, they might walk past something else and be distracted by it and then never return. And oftentimes, we've seen, especially at expos, people walking past the stand just simply because they don't have enough cash in their pocket to buy the items on the stand. So there's a lot of sales being lost without you even knowing it. Some of our greatest strengths is that we offer a very comprehensive service, which includes point of sale, VAS, like selling airtime data, etc., business funding, card acceptance on Amex and diners. We do fleet card acceptance, and we can also do app integration for those who have their own apps. So yeah, that's basically our strengths in the market, or that makes us different. Some opportunities that lie within our market is that with all the business tools that we provide merchants, we are a one-stop shop provider. So if you can sell this to a customer instead of just a payment device, you are going to gain a customer for life, because it's not that easy for a client to switch away from his point of sale system. Once their data starts going into it, they rely on that information on a day-to-day basis, and they're not going to very easily switch away from that. So by just selling a card machine, the next guy's going to come with his card machine, and the guy's just going to pick up the next card machine and start using it. But if your point of sale is linked to it, you aren't going to be so quick to just drop that machine and switch to the next, because all your data is going to be lost. So you need to make sure that you sell it in that way. Our weaknesses is that we cannot give clients rates below 2.1 on credit and 1.1 on debit. That would be our lowest in order for our resellers to still make a good income, and for us to be able to offer the free device based on turnovers. So we cannot sell devices below cost price like some of our competitors do. And we have to focus on the fact that it's not always just about price. It can be crucial for a customer to have all these extra things that add value in the business in other ways. Some of our threats is that some of our competitors do give away everything for next to nothing, and then they actually offer a subpar service to merchants, and merchants lose business as a result. But this is a major threat to our industry, is that there is a bit of a race to zero, and things are being given away for very, very cheap in our market. Add-on services. So first, we're just going to speak about the VAS service. With the VAS service, you can vend all of the services like airtime, data, electricity. With electricity, just make sure that you confirm that their electricity areas are covered. In order to do that, you can send us the meter number or an example of a meter number, and then we'll check if that is available on our system. But most of them are. And then you can also vend water. You can do bill payments like DSTV. They can pay their Netflix, Coca-Cola, Spotify, things like that. Then we've got money transfers, so they can transfer money to people in other countries or even locally. Just using the cell phone number of the person they want to send the money to. And then we've got universal vouchers, like the One for You and the OTT voucher. And these vouchers can also be converted back to, buying betting tickets and things like that online. Then you've got international content. So the international content is in order for you to buy your family member in Malawi airtime or electricity or things like that. And yeah, so these are all the services that you can vend on, and you can also sell bus tickets as well. There is quite a lot more going on here, and the in-depth training that you can do. There's another video that you can actually watch all the different features of our app. This costs only 50 Rand a month extra to add the service to your print pass device. Merchants get commission for every item that they vend. These are the commission structures. So, depending on the products being vended, there's either a percentage that's paid to them or a fixed flat fee per transaction. And this is paid to them into their VAS wallet by the 7th of every month. To activate a client for VAS services, you need to sign them up for a print POS device and then indicate that they would like to add the VAS service to their device. Explain to the merchant that they have to load funds into their VAS wallet after we send them their details or their account information. And then once they receive the device and have the credit available, they can then start selling those services from the device. Here you can watch a user guide video if you want to learn more about how the VAS app works. Some frequently asked questions is that only physical stores can sign up for VAS. Unfortunately, an individual cannot sign up as the monthly cost of the print pass device makes it unfeasible for someone to make enough revenue on VAS items alone. So they need to be selling other services as well or products as well. Credit is preloaded in order to vend the VAS item, but any card transactions are paid back to the merchant within 2 business days. So they'll need to top up their VAS wallet in order to vend the item, but they're going to get them the money into their bank account each time they do a card transaction for a VAS item. Some service providers actually keep the funds in the wallet, and then before you know it, you've got 19,000 Rand of credit in your VAS wallet and you can't vend enough with that. So the money ends up getting stuck. We don't do that. Send us your meter number or area if you would like to know if we serve your area's municipality for electricity sales. You can have multiple devices in one store, or you can have multiple devices at different stores. So for merchants who have more than one store, that is a possibility. Just let us know what is needed, and then we'll enable the wallets to work according to their needs. Our point of sale service, we've got POS Lite and POS Comprehensive. POS Lite is a basic point of sale solution. It doesn't have a lot of features, but it allows the merchants to add their products and then ring up sales via a touch button or a barcode. The app tracks inventory and sales data. So it's a very basic system that is nice for startups or any less complicated businesses. They can accept cash and card, and if they do a card transaction, it's immediately integrated with our payment app, so it will bring up the tap or insert screens. Here you can click on the View User Guide button just to watch a video on that. Our comprehensive point of sale system is a paid license software that allows unlimited features for larger and more complex stores or restaurants. We have all forms of payment being accepted there, and the card payments are integrated. Just to compare the pricing, so that you know when you're speaking to a client that you can put them in the right direction. The POS Lite system is completely free. It works only on a card machine. Comes with limited features, but it is the ideal solution for a less complex business or a startup, and it has no monthly fee. No setup fees either. It's very easy to use and set up. The comprehensive one, there is a once-off training fee of about 2,500 Rand. This is because the software has quite a lot of features, and some training is required in order to set it up to the specifications of each merchant's business. Customers can purchase the software outright, or they can also purchase various hardware options like a cash drawer or a barcode scanner, printers. Those can be discussed with the merchant individually and quoted for individually. And then the software is about 715 Rand per month for the first license, and thereafter about 300 Rand per month for the extra machines that they add. The POS Comprehensive also has a cloud-based platform where they can view a lot of their information. So if the merchant doesn't work in his own, if he doesn't stay at his store all day and he needs to access the information, he can do that remotely as well. Our business funding product is basically a solution whereby they can get access to cash within 24 to 48 hours. This can be a game changer for businesses when they want to purchase stock in bulk or at a discount, when they want to market their business, or when they want to expand and grow into new markets or open a new branch or store, when they want to pay expenses when cash flow is tight. In order to apply for funding, they need to meet the following criteria. They need to have a turnover of cash and card and EFT sales, in other words, all their sales of more than 50,000 Rand per month. They need to be a South African citizen or have a guarantor. They must be in business for more than 12 months, and they must provide a business bank account with 6 months of history. Thank you for watching our training. If you have any questions, contact us on these numbers or email. And you can also book a meeting with myself, Lee Goosen, or with Lynette Curley. And we will take you through some more information. And especially if you've got any questions about app integration or anything like that, that might be best just to book a meeting with us to discuss the individual requirements. And there are a lot of other training videos. This was just a crash course version. So yeah, just have a look at all the other training videos, and we'll include the slide as well for you to access whenever you need it. Great.